Number 23. The equation models the elevation of a hiking trail in Death Valley. In this model, x is the distance in miles from a certain starting point, and y is the elevation in feet of the trail compared to sea level. For what value or values of x is the trail 84 feet below sea level? So it says for what value of x, so we're looking for the values of x, the trail is 84 feet below sea level. And it told me that that's elevation, so that's the y value right there. In other words, they're saying that y is minus 84. So I'm going to set up this equation. Y equals 2x squared minus 6x minus 80 using that value of y. So I'm going to say negative 84 is 2x squared minus 6x minus 80. So I'm going to add the 84 to both sides and cancel. We want 0 here, and I'll show you why in just a second. 6x plus 4. So we have simplified this equation quite considerably. And it's sitting equal to 0. So we want to go ahead, if we can, and simplify a little more. And we can. I'm going to reduce this whole thing by the 2. So let's factor out 2. And you can just focus now on this part because you've pulled out the 2 from all the terms. You can just disregard it at this point. We're going to focus on solving this x squared part. So to do that, you need to find that last value, which is the 2. Let me do this in color. So I'm focused on that positive 2. And I want to know all the ways I can multiply to get a positive 2. Well, I could say 2 times 1. That would give me 2. But if I add those, 2 plus 1, I would get a positive 3 in the middle. If I did negative 2 times negative 1, I'm going to get the positive 2, but I would also get the negative 3. And that's what I'm interested in. So this particular set of factors will give me this middle component. So I'm going to say x in both places. And here we're using a minus 2 and a minus 1. But remember, this is an equation. It's not an expression. If you take out that common factor, which we can disregard that part, but we can't disregard the 0. You can't just let that 0 go away. I can this particular 2 because I factored it out. I took it out of all the pieces. So essentially, I didn't get rid of it. I just simplified the form. But the 0 has to stay there. You can't just ignore that. So what you end up with will be 2 solutions where you have 0 equals x minus 2, but the 0 also applies to the x minus 1. And if you solve these equations, you end up with x as positive 2 and x as positive 1. Both of these will make the equation true, so therefore both are solutions. And I like answer C for this one. You have 2 solutions, and I like those 2.